What's up, everyone? It is week 3 of marathon training, and today we are about to do glutes and hamstrings, and then after that we're gonna go ahead and do our easy run. I have to tell you something, but you have to promise me you're not gonna bash me in the comments, okay? It's already difficult as it is that I went through this situation in public, and now that I'm spilling it in public too, like I was like, oh, let me just keep it to myself, but I really have to tell someone, and so I'm telling you. So typically, I always prep. I always know what I'm gonna make for lunch, for work. But this morning, I did not have that luxury because this week was just very hectic and I didn't have time to go meal prep. As I was cooking my breakfast, I was like, well, what am I going to bring for lunch that's going to benefit my macros and that's going to benefit my cut? And you wanna know what I picked up for the pantry? A can of sardines. Now, mind you, I do like sardines. Okay, sardines are pretty good. I know, yucky, ew, bad taste, whatever, deal with it. I like sardines. But there's a time and place to eat them. And I decided that it was a smart idea to bring them with me. Now, I'm a substitute teacher, and so sometimes I have to go to 2 schools. And today was one of those days. So I had the luxury of eating in my car and had a very, very long lunch break. So after my first school, I cleaned my car, and I went to the other school and sat in the parking lot. And I was like, I am hungry. And so I opened my can of sardines. I have this like nice plastic bag from the grocery store that you'll get. And that was my way of like drenching the oil. The oil wasn't gonna spill. But for some reason, the oil decided to leak through the bag. And you wanna know what happened? All over my jeans. All over it. And I was cussing out my jeans. I was cussing out the fish. I was cussing out everything. And now I smell like fish. And so I'm here panicking. How am I not gonna smell like fish? Do I call off work? I have maybe like 10 minutes before I have to go in. And so I quickly, got water, washed out as much as I could, and then blasted the heat in my car and my seat warmer to dry up everything. Luckily, majority of it dried up. But the worst part was I smelled like sardines. Bro, like I have no idea what people were thinking. Like I was shaking people's hands, I was talking to students, and they're probably like, damn, that girl's coochie stank. I'm like, no, I promise it's not me. I promise, it's just the sardines. It's not me, I promise. Anyway, I also want to talk to you guys about my hair oiling that I'm going to be doing now. I just started hair oiling because my hair is thinning out. And honestly, I think it's because of the slick backs that I've been doing for about 1.5 years. I used to never wear slip backs until it became a trend. And I was like, I kind of like how it looks on me. And, with the gel and the hairspray, yeah, no, it's not doing it. My hair is thin. My hair is not as luscious as how it used to be, and I'm kind of disappointed. So I'm gonna be taking more care of it. I'm not gonna be using any gel, any hairspray. I'm not gonna really wear slip backs. Like right now, it's just oil that's holding this up. I have Batana oil, 100% Batana oil that I'm using. And so I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, like throughout the whole marathon training, you'll guys hear about like my hair oil updates. All right, I just finished my glutes and hamstring workout. It was okay, because I'll be honest, I skipped glutes and hamstrings for 2 weeks because it just did not work with my trips that I was going on every weekend, but now we're back in routine. But I'm glad I still showed up, and I'm glad that I also did not lose any strength within those last 2 weeks because I still have been doing quads. So strength is still there, we're good. But yeah, we're gonna do this 30-minute run. I'm not too sure what the mileage is gonna look like for this. I definitely just want to do an easy run. Again, keep my body conditioned for running. If I happen to do 3 miles, great. If I don't, it's all good. I know by next month I should be able to hit like a 30-minute 3 mile. But yeah, let's get this workout going. And also, can we like admire that this cut is working? Like what? I'm so scared if they attack me. Oh my god. Oh my god. God, that's actually so cute. I just finished my easy run. That was not easy at all. Mentally, I was there. Physically, like, I can tell that I'm not prioritizing recovery at all. My arches feel very stiff and very tender. And my calves, I think especially after doing like the laying hamstring curls, because you know how when you do a laying hamstring curls, your calves are sometimes doing the work and you start feeling that tension in your calves. So I think that tension that I felt during my laying hamstring curls kind of affected the way that I'm running. And what's that as a runner, what it's telling me is, one, I'm not really prioritizing recovery, which is facts. I'm not really prioritizing it, and I need to implement it. As well, I'm also noticing that I'm not a fan of my form. The way that I run, I take very little strides, and my full legs, they're not bending. Like you know what I mean? Like if this is like the bottom of my feet and I'm running, like they're not bending. It's like I'm dragging my feet on the floor, like I'm shuffling my feet on the floor. And obviously, if I keep doing that and I get into that habit, which I've already developed that habit since I started running in 2024, I have to break that habit, because that is going to injure my knee one day. Now, what I can say though is that I have built great form on my upper body. I don't really feel much soreness on my shoulders or my back. So that's great. And I always prioritize recovery on my shoulders and my back, because those are the ones that I feel the most after every single lift. And the more I keep going into this marathon training and thinking, I'm also strategizing as well. How do I want my workout split to look like? And while I'm thinking about my workout split, I'm also thinking about adding, what is the word? One second. The word is plyometric. I also want to incorporate plyometric training. And that's the type of training I did a lot when I used to do Taekwondo and when I used to do track. And I don't prioritize that. I have not done plyometrics in years. That is something I need to consider. And it's also organizing my lifting split and sacrificing a few things. Right now I have 2 leg days. Maybe it's only optimal if I have 1 leg day and I prioritize all of the muscle groups on that leg day and just stick to 4 to 5 workouts, rather than having 2 leg days, one's a quad and one's glutes and hamstrings. So that's what's on my mind right now. And yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday for my long run. I'm going to try to hit 8 miles. I'm going to keep Sunday's vlog really short, because I feel like today was a long vlog, especially after this little chit chat that we had, and also my car chit chat about the sardines. I can't believe I told you guys that. Like, I literally forgot until I brought that up again. Happy long run day. Happy Sunday. Oh, guys, I don't want to run. Oh, save me from my misery. Anyway, we are here. We are alive. We are going to get this 8 mile in. Maybe 9. We will see. So how I'm feeling today, honestly, if I'm going to be super honest and raw with you guys, sometimes when life puts you in a situation that you don't want to be in mentally, it kind of affects the way that you perform in your hobbies, in your goals, and the challenges that you are trying to beat and accomplish. And life has done that for me yesterday. Yesterday was just not it. And so waking up and kind of processing my emotions for my personal situation that I had to deal with, it just puts me in a position where I just want to rot and do nothing. But that is not healthy. It's not healthy. And the cure to healing and the cure to making yourself feel better after dealing with a difficult and unfavorable situation is doing something you love, even if it requires so much effort. Literally just getting ready and just driving over here required so much effort for me, and I took my sweet time. I put in my calendar that I was going to run at 10 a.m. It is 3 p.m. I'm not going to be finished from this run until like 5 p.m., but we're here. We're here and we're getting ourselves ready, and we're still making ourselves a priority and making ourselves feel good. And so take that little advice. If you are dealing with something that has put you in a position where you just don't feel good mentally, you might not feel good about yourself, you might not feel good about the world in general, and you feel like everything's against you, take the time to go and get ready and do something you love and do something that allows you to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you realize that you can fill your own cup. You can give yourself the things that you want, and you can make yourself feel like number one when the rest of the world is making you feel like you're nothing. Okay? And I promise you, if you're dealing with something like this, if this resonated with you, I promise you, after you do something that you love, you're gonna feel 10 times better. And so let's get this 8-mile going. We warmed up at home. We have our little Celsius. We have our water. I wanted to get electrolytes, but like everything had sugar. There was no coconut water. And then they have flavored coconut water, like a creamsicle coconut water and like the pineapple coconut water and peach coconut water. Like, bro, give me the OG coconut water. I don't want all that artificial stuff. Whatever, whatevs, we're here. Anyway, we can keep yapping and complaining, but we're gonna get this run going. All right, chat. We are 2.35 miles in. There's a trail that I might go, because if I just keep going straight, it's only going to be 3.6 miles, and I need to have it at 4 miles. So when I come back, I don't got to run no more. But update on my mindset though. Mentally, I'm getting better. Honestly, like running for such a long period of time, it allows you to have that time to just think and reflect over life. I feel like it's so much better to be reflecting over your life running versus just laying in bed and like contemplating everything. But let's just keep this run going. Okay, the view is great behind me, but what did I get myself into? Like, this is the most wackiest trail ever. Like, this is literally the definition of a trail run. Like, why do I feel like I'm doing parkour or something? What the heck? Dude, this is not normal. Like, I'm doing all sorts of things. All right, this whole time I realized I was running on like the biking trail, which is why it felt like parkour, going all those hills and everything. I was like, what the hell? But I found like a nice, like straight path, trail, whatever. It's pretty good. So much better for my knees and like my stamina. Cause all that jumping, whew, no thank you. But we are like 3.5 miles in, almost to mile 4. I'll do like a small walking break and then we finish this up. This is honestly not bad. And like, oh my God, where I was at mile 2 and where I was mentally at the beginning, I feel so much better. So much better. Oh my God, I really hope this building over here has water or something. Cause like, girl, I'm getting dehydrated. But there's also a gas station there and some grocery stores. Honestly, there's a Dollar Tree too. Honestly, I might say F it, run to one of these, chug a water bottle, and just continue that run. No better way. Bro, I don't even know what city I'm at for real. All I know is I'm about 4 miles away from my car. Well, what the hell? This water was so needed. Oh my God. It's like I was in a desert and I found the oasis. Like, thank goodness for a mobile gas station. Oh my God. Now I can actually finish this run in peace without thinking about how dehydrated I am. That was a much needed intermission. Let's finish this. 4 more to go. For some reason, we didn't get 8 miles, or whatever trail that we went on was not 8 miles, but we're at 7.39 miles, which is still so good for me. Again, this is like the second time that I ran this far. I've never ran past 6 miles until last week, which is crazy. But yeah, no, I think like after mile 5, my knees were kind of hurting and I kind of got bored, not gonna lie. Like after running like 4 miles, like it taking me about 40-50 minutes, like I just got bored. I was like, is this run over yet? Where I was, my mindset 2 hours ago, how I said I was having like obsessive thoughts, or I was just thinking about stuff in my personal life, versus where I was now, or versus where I am right now, is so much better. And yeah, that's what happens when you like, even if you're like going through something, like you should still do stuff that make you feel good about yourself, because then the things that you are going through just become so small so little, and you realize that you're bigger than the stuff that is happening to you in your life. And those little things that make you feel good always bring you back to yourself rather than like the world telling you who you are, if that makes sense. Also, today is Sunday and it's my cheat day. And you want to know what I'm craving? And I have not had this since 2019. A blooming onion from Outback Steakhouse. You want to know what's crazy? Back in the day, back in high school, I was a host at Outback. That's crazy. It's either a bloomin' onion or an Italian cheese bread from Little Caesars. Why the freak is a blooming onion 2,000 calories? Never freaking mind. Never mind. Oh my god. I really was so hyped. And I was like, I'll eat half of it and share the other half with my family. The other half would be 1,000 calories. So what would it be for a fourth? Like, what? A fourth of it, okay, 500 calories, but 57 grams of fat. I'll get Italian today, and I'll get a blooming onion next week. Yeah, because then I can have like a healthier breakfast that's very high in protein, low in fat, so then I can hit my macros with the blooming onion, like my fat and carb macros. We smart. Other than that, that was week 3 of marathon training. I feel great and I feel very mentally clear, and I'm just so happy that I did something to make myself feel better, and I did something that made myself feel like myself again and remember who the F I am and just feel positive, nurturing, and just successful in myself. This is your reminder: when you're feeling down, when you're going through something, do something that you love, even if it requires so much effort, because in a couple hours, you'll feel like yourself again, and all those little worries, all those problems that life throws at you become so small. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.